This is important.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
No, no more talking. Okay, so we are continuing Vaishnava etiquette.
咁我哋今晚繼續講愛是南亞母語。
And we have done up to lesson 6.
我哋做到第6課。
And in lesson 6, we did Vaishnava aparad also.
咁第6課咧，上一課咧，我哋就係開始咗講呢個愛是南亞母語。
But it's on the greatness of a Vaishnava in lesson 6.
咁上次我哋講咧，就係講愛是南亞嘅偉大。
So this is the second part of Vaishnava aparad.
今日第7課咧，就係第2部分，愛是南亞部分嘅。
Okay, who's translating over there?
邊個喺後？
Okay, then Sridhar, you can't talk. Okay, so all right, so let's continue.
我哋繼續。
Tell them whoever talked again has to leave. There's so many people. They said they can't hear my voice, but I'm afraid that if my voice is too loud, they will interfere your copy and I have to translate at the same time. But there are 2 languages, but they can't hear my translator. You can tell to me.
Your translate is two different,
Mandarin.
and they are not Mandarin.
They are Mandarin, but they can't hear my voice because of my voice too soft. But if I strongly manage to go in first month, they translate.
Yeah, but his is even louder.
So that's why I don't know what to do now. Sit closer.
Yeah.
Sit close. Draw 近一点，亲密一点，近一点。
Or you can have 2 groups.
没有的。当然，就是你跟好多讲话的这个声音就可以。对。观众做这边做操，还有做这。
Okay, anyway, we'll try it out. If it doesn't work, then something must be done.
我哋試下先，試下睇陣間有冇其他方法去手。
Okay, no problem. So today we are looking at blaspheming a Vaishnava.
咁今日我哋咧就會睇下褻瀆愛是南。
Blasphemy means to say something bad or offensive about a person who's saintly.
咁褻瀆嘅意思咧，即是話我哋對一啲聖人啦、神聖嘅人咧講一啲唔好嘅説話，或者係冒犯嘅説話。
The first one is when you blaspheme someone, you will lose your religiosity, your wealth, fame, and children.
咁睇呢本Harry Duffy 嘅 Last 咧，佢咁講咧，佢話如果我哋褻瀆愛是南亞嘅話咧，我哋就會喪失我哋嘅宗教心啦、財富啦、名譽啦，同埋指示嘅，即係佢啲後代嘅。
Okay, so this is in the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, at the end of the 4th chapter, where it is said about Kamsa, Ayushriyam Yaso Dharmam Lokan Ashisha Evacha Antishayamsi Sarvani Pumso Mahan Atikramaha. That when a man persecutes a saintly person, all his benedictions, all the good qualities, his fame, his life, his beauty, his religion, his blessings, his promotion to higher planets will be destroyed.
咁呢個就係喺聖典課加勒壇第10篇喺第4章嘅即係後邊嗰度咧，係講及咧就係話，如果我哋係冒犯外士納雅咧，我哋就會喪失晒所有好嘅品質啦。例如我哋嘅甚至生命啊，我哋嘅宗教心啊、財富啊、名啊、好嘅背景啊，所有啲好嘅品質，我哋就會喪失晒。
Okay. And you okay?
May I know there's a Zoom meeting here?
Yes.
Then maybe I will go out and I will attend the Zoom meeting. I will translate and I will make it better.
Yeah.
Not even really try.
If you can hear in the Zoom, no problem. Yeah. You can sit in the temple room and do it, right? Because Chaturbuj is not here.
No, the mic is only for kitchen people. But there's no one in the
Temple room also.
They can hear you? In the temple?
Zoom. You can understand? Okay. You can understand English?
No, she doesn't Cantonese.
Oh, okay. Mota thing. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, and then another thing that people do, which is not recommended. Okay, let her get the Zoom ID. Okay. Yeah. And then if someone beats or blasphemes or gets angry or does not express Vaishnava, that is also considered blasphemy.
另外都入呢個冒犯外士納雅，
如果都要冒犯Vaishnava，
毆打外士納雅，褻瀆
如果殴打 Vaishnava，如果说亵渎 Vaishnava，
或者見到
那對 Vaishnava 不敬，或者是對 Vaishnava 發火，或者是見奉獻者時不感欣喜者，必墮落地獄。這樣可以嗎？
可以，看到了。
Okay, Yuvati, I think you need to mute your microphone. Thank you. All right. We are slowly getting there.
We have an IT specialist.
Okay, all right. So then Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered Vaishnava aparad to be the elephant offense.
咁主想坦爺咧，佢係認為呢啲嘅對外士納雅嘅冒犯咧，就係好似大笨象嗰個冒犯嘅。
That means you can do really bad things, abominable acts when you offend a devotee.
即是話咧，你可以做一啲係好嚴重同埋好令人厭惡嘅一啲嘅行為啊。
Meaning in the beginning you may be a good devotee, you may be practicing nicely.
咁或者開始咧，你係一個好好嘅奉獻者，收集得好好嘅。
But due to envy or you, becoming greedy for position, for fame, you start to blaspheme another Vaishnava.
漸漸咧，你係會開始會有嫉妒啦，或者咧係貪求一啲嘅聲譽啊、職位啊咁樣，你就開始咧係做出一啲咁嘅褻瀆嘅冒犯。
And when you become offensive, your intelligence is taken away by Krishna.
咁當你開始有呢啲冒犯嘅行為嘅時候咧，你嘅智慧就會喪失。
So in the beginning, you may be worshipping Krishna or Narayana.
咁最初你可能係即係崇拜緊 Krishna 啦，或者 Narayana。
Then you even think, why I have to worship Krishna.
咁漸漸咧，你個嫉妒心咧，你就會令到你覺得點解我要崇拜Vaishnava？
Then you think maybe I'll worship demigods also.
咁跟住你就諗話，不如我去崇拜眾神咁啦。
And then you become more materialistic.
咁漸漸你就會變得係更好物質主。
Then you start to accumulate material things.
於是咧，你就開始搜集積聚一啲嘅物質嘅東西。
And then your lust becomes greater.
咁越嚟咧，你嘅色欲心咧就越嚟越重㗎啦。
And when your lust is so great, you then become very offensive.
咁因為你嘅色欲心越嚟越重嘅時候咧，你就會變得好有呢個冒犯嘅心。
Therefore, offending a Vaishnava is considered a mad elephant offense.
所以咧，你係冒犯我是男話咧，被視為係一啲嘅瘋狂大笨象嘅行為。
All right. So there's 4 types of blaspheming.
咁我哋有4類嘅呢啲咁嘅褻瀆喎。
The first one is you find a fault for their apparent low birth.
咁第一類咧就係、你因為某啲外事男物嘅出身低微咧，就去揾佢嘅錯處。
Which all these are in your handout also.
咁所有呢啲都係不記嘅。
So when you blaspheme someone for their birth, okay, they may not be from a Brahmana family or something, but they may be from a different country. And because they are not from the Vedic culture, you may think less of them.
咁點為之低微出身咧？咁可能對方唔係一個婆羅門家庭嘅出身嘅，咁你就認為佢哋個文化水準較低。
But if they are already worshipping Krishna, if they are already chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, they are already Vaishnavas.
咁但係如果一個人咧開始係念誦聖名啦，或者崇拜 Krishna 嘅話咧，佢已經係一位外士啦。
If they are following the 4 regulatory principles, and if they are reading Prabhupada's books, and they're doing service, they are Vaishnavas.
咁如果佢哋係遵守4個規範守則啦，亦係讀緊聖巴哇嘅書啦，咁佢哋就係 Vaishnava。
So one has to be very careful how we describe another Vaishnava. Even jokingly, we should be very careful.
所以我哋要好小心咧，我哋點樣描述其他嘅外士男啊，甚至我哋講笑嘅時候都要好小心。
Although you may joke, but then someone else may take it as serious.
可能你個出發點係講笑、開玩笑，但係對方咧可能係好認真看待。
So that automatically becomes an offense.
所以咧，好自然咧就會變咗為。
Or sometimes you say, oh, they made a mistake because they are Chinese Vaishnavas.
咁可能你會咁樣描述啦，你話佢哋咁樣犯錯，因為佢哋係中國嘅外士男。
Or they are doing this thing because they are American Vaishnavas.
咁佢哋做呢啲咁嘅行為咧，可能佢哋因為係美國出身嘅美國人。
So you can't say that because Vaishnavas are Vaishnavas. They're not American or Chinese or what.
所以我哋唔可以咁樣講嘅，唔可以咁樣描述嘅，因為外士男就外士男，佢哋因佢嘅背景、佢哋嘅種族。
A Vaishnava can take birth in any family.
因為外士男可以從任何嘅家庭出身嘅。
They take birth in any family to show that even though you take birth in a different home, set or village or country, that you can still practice Krishna consciousness.
咁你嘅出身咧，正好咧就展示咗咧，任何人嘅出生咧都能夠收集外士男呢一個文化。
Okay.
If all of this is offense, then how do we, when we see a behavior that's not right or that's not correct, how do we address it without being offensive?
咁如果我哋見到有呢啲人有呢啲行為咧，即係呢啲冒犯嘅行為咧係唔啱嘅，咁我哋應該點樣去同佢溝通？
Okay. In general, she understands Cantonese, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
he
Good.
does.
Just making sure. Now, in general, we will come to that topic, lesson 9, correcting people. But for your question, we shouldn't immediately try to correct someone, first of all.
咁我哋第9課會再講下點樣去處理呢啲嘅。咁但係大概嚟講咧，就係話，首先我哋係唔應該即時咧去糾正對方先。
In general, you have to see what is your position, what is your relationship. Are you a manager, or you're just a friend, or you are nobody?
首先我哋要睇下自己嘅位置啊，或者我哋個關係係點樣啊？咁你係唔係即係廟宇嘅管理人員啊之類？
Right? Within the temple context, if you're a manager or a temple president or an administrator, then you can have the right to correct a person.
咁如果喺一個廟嘅範圍裏邊咧，如果你係管理階層啦，或者你係廟長啦，咁你就有呢個身份咧去作出一啲糾正嘅。
But if you're not any of this, then you should bring it up to a manager or a temple president to address the issue.
咁如果我哋都唔係呢兩者啦，即係所以於是咧，我哋就應該將呢個問題咧係交俾管理層啦，或者係廟長去處理。
Yeah, you shouldn't get too excited or run around like a chicken with no head. Yeah.
咁所以我哋咧係唔應該咧係太過激動嘅，去即刻處理，即係冇咩頭緒之下咧就去處理呢啲問題。
Okay. All right. The next.
And if your relationship is of a friend,
We will come to that in the lesson 9. Otherwise, I'm going out from this topic. I mean, good questions. So you can, if you look at the lesson 9, you can get most of the answers.
咁暫時呢一類嘅題目，我哋第9個先至討論。
So let's focus on this for now. All right. All right. The second, yeah.
What about devotees, family members, doesn't or don't respect the devotees? They don't know the value or position of the devotee. They keep on disrespecting because they are staying together. What to do?
咁如果係奉獻者嘅家人，咁佢哋唔尊重奉獻者，即係又詆毀奉獻者之類嘅，咁我哋應該用咩態度去處理？
Generally, in a case where the devotees' family members are not favorable, then you have to see the context, how bad the situation is.
咁如果係家人之間呢一種嘅不和嘅，即係引起不和嘅關係咧，我哋就要睇下嗰個內容係乜嘢，即係嗰個不和嗰個內容。
If it's intolerable, then you have no choice. You may have to leave.
如果係去到一個你唔能夠容忍嘅程度咧，可能你自己就要即係離開。
But if they're just joking and making fun of you, you can tolerate, then you can stay.
咁如果佢哋只係喺度同你開下玩笑啊，取笑下你啊，咁呢啲情況你係可以容忍嘅話咧，咁你就可以。
But if it's like a life and death situation, or you cannot really do your own thing, every day you're fighting, then best thing is to move out of the house there and live in the streets.
咁但係如果呢一個係一個好嚴重嘅情況啊，令到你即係同佢嘅生死有關嘅咧，你係唔可以即係同佢一路相處落嘅時候咧，你就要離開。
Yeah. That's okay. The second kind of blasphemy is to blaspheme someone for their previous birth.
咁第二類嘅褻瀆咧，就係話抽出佢過往嘅過錯咧嚟去攻擊。
Actually, it should be previous faults.
呢啲就係佢過往嘅錯處。
in the book is faults.
Yeah. The slides have to be updated. Yeah, it's editing. Yeah. All right, to blaspheme someone for their previous faults.
呢個就係咧係抽出佢過往嘅錯處咧嚟去攻擊。
Maybe you are conditioned into doing something, and then when you are in the temple, you do the same mistake, and then 10 people jump on you saying, because you are coming from this family, you are acting like this. Yeah.
咁可能有啲人咧就係佢條件限制咗咧，佢係嗰個錯處成日都會出現嘅。 咁於是咧，佢一做呢個行為咧，就好多人咧就一齊咧嚟去即係針對佢啦，就話啊，你可能你就喺某啲家庭出身啊，所以你成日做呢啲咁嘅嘢。
An example would be, let's say you were a criminal before you became a devotee.
咁一個例子就係話，可能你以前係即係犯過罪嘅刑事嘅罪，
Maybe you were a thief, you stole things.
或者你曾經偷竊
And
Oh.
so,
有
yeah.
罪。
So when you move in the ashram, then somebody lost something.
咁於是你就做咗奉獻者，就搬咗入去修院住。咁然後咧就有人唔見咗嘢，
And then everyone says, oh, he's the thief.
於是咧人人都咧指住佢咧就話：誒係啊，佢以前係賊嚟。
So that is blaspheming someone for their previous faults.
咁呢個就係咧，即係去即係抽出人過往嘅錯處咧嚟去攻擊。
Okay. Is that clear? Okay. And then the third one is to blaspheme for their accidental faults.
第三咧就係話苛責一啲人佢嘅無心之失。
This is mainly due to conditioning
咁
from
呢個亦
previous habits. Yeah.
咁呢個亦都係有啲人咧係有一啲即係成日都會即係受咗即係局限，成日都會犯嗰種過失嘅情況。
Maybe your friend invited you, let's meet, I want to talk to you how you are doing in your devotee life.
例如我哋喺度講緊話我哋嘅奉愛生活係點啊？咁我哋喺度討論緊嘅。
Let's meet at Starbucks.
我哋講下 Starbucks 先。
And then when you meet with your friend, they order coffee and then you started drinking coffee.
咁你一班朋友都係中意去 Starbucks 嘅，咁你哋見面約會嘅時候，你哋去 Starbucks 咧就係飲咖啡。
It's not like you wanted to drink, but because you forgot and you were drinking unknowingly, mistake.
咁唔係話你當時你好想飲咖啡啫，但係因為你習慣咗以前同啲朋友去 Starbucks 咧就係飲咖啡，咁你當下咧你都唔為意唔察覺呢個行為嘅，咁佢就好自然咧就話叫咗杯咖啡飲。
But that is accidental.
所以呢個咧就係無心之失。
But if you have accidental fall every week, then that's not accident.
但係如果你成日都會有呢啲咁嘅行為出現咧，咁呢個就唔係無心之失。
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
just want to ask, what if somebody has you can call it initially an accident fall down, but then they can't get over it? How do we look at that?
How do you look at that? Then they have a problem. Yeah.
That's I mean, then
You want to.
咁如果有啲人咧，佢最初係無心之失嘅，做咗一個行為嘅，但係後來佢發覺佢控制唔到呢個無心之失，係嘛？咁繼續咁樣犯落去，咁呢個我哋點樣睇咧？
I already said. Someone who makes a mistake and then they cannot come out of that mistake, then they are having a problem.
咁係啦，如果一個人咧係最初係犯咗個無心之失，但係過後佢唔可以即係點講克服，唔可以克服做完又做咁樣，咁所以呢個就成為問題啦。
In general, you go back to the temple, you tell the devotee, I'm having this problem, help me out.
咁如果係你自己本人嘅話咧，你就去翻廟啦，同你即係管理或者你即係信得過嘅人傾啦，咁請求幫助。
And the devotees are very kind, hopefully, and so they will help that devotee.
咁一般嚟講，希望啦，咁奉獻者都係好仁慈嘅，佢都會即係幫你點樣解決。
Yeah. Yeah, it's not for us to then keep saying, oh, you fell down, you fell down. Then you don't give them the opportunity to get better.
咁我哋嘅責任就唔係一味係指責人哋啊，你咁樣係低墮啦，你咁樣係唔啱嘅，我哋淨係得啲指責，而冇作出一啲即係幫佢改善嘅方法。
We are supposed to encourage a devotee who's not doing well so that they can come to the proper standard.
咁我哋一般咧，我哋就係應該咧係幫一啲奉獻者，佢哋係未曾達到一個標準嘅話咧，係幫佢提升上。
Yeah, if we do not help the devotees and instead condemn them, then we will go to hell for sure.
咁如果我哋係唔幫一啲有問題嘅奉獻者，而係只係指責佢嘅話咧，咁呢個情況咧就係我哋自己係肯定落地。
How about the devotee that keep repeating like can't help it, right? Will that devotee go to hell as well? I mean, like intentionally they don't. It's just like can't get over it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what she's asking.
Yeah. So would the devotee that can't get over it also go to hell?
點解呢啲嘅問題就係話咁好啦？如果指責嗰個人會落地獄啦，咁嗰個不斷犯錯而又克服唔到嘅奉獻者，佢會唔會都係落地獄咧？
So if you go to, let's say you go to a shopping mall and you like to steal things and you get caught by the police, do you go to jail?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Yes, you do.
咁例如我哋舉個例子，我哋去超級市場高買偷嘢，咁就俾警察拉咗。咁你警察拉咗嘅時候，你需唔需要坐監咧？需要。
So as long as you keep committing a sinful act or an offense, you are liable to go to hell. Yeah.
咁如果你係一路不停咁樣係同樣犯一個錯誤咧，咁你係有可能入獄。
But if you go to the devotee and ask for help, and then you correct yourself and become strong in your faith and in your practices, then Krishna will protect you.
咁但係如果你去奉獻者度尋求幫助，想解決呢個問題，然後你慢慢咧，你嘅信心漸漸強壯起嚟啦，然後慢慢改善啦，咁 Krishna 會保護。
Not necessarily you will take birth in hell, but you may take birth in a very difficult situation next life.
咁你下一生未必一定係要落地獄嘅，可能你下一生咧就會出生喺一個比較好困難嘅處境嘅。
So maybe you suffer even more than you're suffering in this life.
咁或者你係比你今生咧受嘅苦係會更加多。
Any suffering is hellish.
咁其實任何嘅受苦都係地獄嘅處境一樣。
Okay. All right. And the fourth blasphemy is we may have faults that is not completely fixed.
咁第四類嘅褻瀆咧，就係我哋抨擊一啲人咧，佢係有錯，但係咧佢嘅錯未曾完全改正過嚟。
In the beginning, you may have some devotees who may every now and then they will go to Starbucks and drink their coffee.
咁最初可能有啲奉獻者咧，耐唔耐咧就會去 Starbucks 咧飲翻杯咖啡。
Maybe in the beginning they were going every week, but now they may be going once a month.
咁最初可能佢哋每個星期都去嘅，但係而家咧或者只係一個月先去一次啫。
They are getting better and better.
咁其實佢哋已經漸漸有改善啦，漸漸。
And so when we see they are getting better, but if we still find faults with them, then that's blasphemy.
咁如果你見到佢已經漸漸改善㗎啦，而你仲係不斷咁樣咧嚟去針對佢咧，咁呢個亦都構成好大。
Right? Okay, now if you look in your handout, Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to Gopal Krishna Maharaj.
咁我哋睇筆記啦，咁聖巴巴咧就寫封信俾阿Gopal Krishna，唔識 Gopal Krishna。
Gopal Krishna Maharaj.
Gopal Krishna Maharaj 喺最初嗰。
Before he became a Swami. Yeah. Okay. So I'll read that, and you are always alert to see whether you are committing some offense. This is a very nice attitude. In rendering service to Lord Krishna and his representative, the spiritual master, we should always maintain this fearful attitude, which means careful attention. This attitude will advance you progressively in Krishna consciousness.
就喺一開頭嗰個筆記嗰度， 褻瀆愛是難。咁聖爸爸咧就講，佢話你要時刻咧警惕自己係咪有冇犯到冒犯，呢一種態度咧係非常可貴嘅。喺服務 Krishna 同埋佢嘅代表，即係靈性導師嘅時候咧，我哋就需要時時都懷住一種嘅擔憂嘅心，即係咧係保持好慎重嘅關注。咁呢種態度咧係會推動你喺 Krishna 知覺之中咧係不斷進步。
So the idea is what Prabhupada wants us all to understand is we should always be alert that we don't commit any offenses.
咁個重點咧就係話聖爸爸咧成日都叫我哋警惕啊，提醒我哋咧有冇犯到呢一個非禮事。
Yeah, we should be very careful, otherwise we can make the difficult situation for ourselves.
咁我哋係要好小心嘅，否則咧就為自己咧構成一啲好困難嘅處境。
Mostly in ISKCON, we become so familiar with one another, we also become familiar with offending one another.
咁好多時喺 ISKCON 咧，因為我哋大家太熟啦，咁變咗咧我哋都好容易咧就係互相冒犯。
And so we don't know whether it's bad for us or good for us.
我哋有時都唔知道有邊啲嘢係對我哋係好，有邊啲係對我哋唔好嘅。
Yeah, so we shouldn't offend anyone, whether it's a new devotee or a senior devotee.
所以我哋係唔應該咧係冒犯任何嘅，即係包括咧新嘅奉獻者咧，或者係資深嘅。
Okay. Now, in general, if someone does offend another devotee, then you can get angry with that person.
咁有陣時咧，如果我哋見到有人冒犯奉獻者嘅話咧，我哋其實應該對嗰個冒犯者咧係表示憤怒。
Just like Lord Chaitanya getting angry with Jagai and Madai when they beat Lord Nityananda.
又正如好似主 Chaitanya 咧，佢就見到若家人物街係襲擊主唱坦耀嘅時候咧，馬達都變得好憤怒。
So anyone who's a new Vaishnava or a senior Vaishnava, Krishna looks up to them very highly, so we shouldn't offend them.
咁如果一個係資深奉獻者咧，Krishna 咧係好睇重佢哋嘅，所以我哋咧係唔可以褻瀆到嘅，可以冒犯嘅。
Because Vaishnavas, all Vaishnavas are great souls.
因為所有嘅外士南亞咧都係偉大嘅。
And Krishna says, anyone who offends them will go to the worst hell.
咁 Krishna 講過，佢話任何人咧，如果冒犯外士南亞咧，會去到最可怕嘅地獄。
Maybe you don't like one devotee, but you mustn't feel angry when you see them.
雖然我哋可能唔中意某一啲嘅奉獻者啊，但係我哋咧都唔應該咧見到佢哋嘅時候咧係覺得憤怒。
You must at least smile at them.
我哋最少咧要對佢哋笑。
Yeah, you may not have to associate too much if you don't like them, but you should smile because they are Vaishnavas.
咁你未必一定要同佢哋有好多啊或者好親密嘅聯，但係你最少咧係對佢展示一個微笑。
You should genuinely feel that this devotee is also loved by Krishna.
咁你要真心誠意咁咧去感覺到咧，佢都係 Krishna 所喜愛。
But maybe you cannot associate very nicely, but Krishna still loves this person.
咁或者你同呢一個奉獻者唔能夠好好咁同佢交往啦聯誼咧，但係 Krishna 仍然好喜愛佢。
Yeah, so therefore we cannot blaspheme such devotees.
所以我哋唔可以褻瀆呢啲嘅外士。
Yes.
So how to define whether he is a Vaishnava or not? Like he is doing 16 on or if he chanting some.
點樣界定一個人係外士南亞咧？係咪佢念動就係外士南亞？
Following the regulative principle, then we can say he is a Vaishnava.
What is 11?
For regulative chanting.
咁係咪佢遵守4個規範守則就係外士南亞咁即係之類？點樣去界定呢個外士？
In general, you don't want to offend anyone.
咁其實總括嚟講咧，我哋都唔應該冒犯任何嘅。
But particularly devotees who are at least practicing something. Yeah.
咁特別咧就係奉獻者咧，佢已經係修習緊嘅。
In Chaitanya Charitamrita, when they asked Mahaprabhu this question, the first year when I think it was Satyaraj Khan, he asked, who's a Vaishnava? Mahaprabhu said, anyone who chant Hare Krishna.
咁主體坦爺咧係對who is Mahaprabhu talking to？
A devotee, don't
，OK。咁主體坦爺咧就對一個奉獻者咧，佢咁樣講出愛是南亞嘅定義，就係話任何人咧係念誦聖名咧，佢就係愛是南。
Yeah. So you know, the standard from Mahaprabhu itself is like anyone who chants is considered a Vaishnava, whether they are following four regulative principles or not. So our mood should always be respect.
咁所以主體坦爺對愛是南亞定義咧係好廣泛嘅。咁任何人咧係念誦聖名就係愛是南。咁總之咧，基本上咧，我哋就係要對人尊敬。
So generally, when they don't follow any principles, but they are still chanting, then they are not very high Vaishnavas.
咁如果一般嚟講，有啲人咧，佢係唔遵守呢4個區分守則啦，但係佢都係念誦緊咧，咁佢唔係好高標準嘅愛是南亞，但係佢都係合適。
They may believe Krishna is Supreme Lord, but they have problems, they cannot follow some principles.
佢哋係相信Krishna 咧係至尊主，但係或者佢本身係有啲問題，佢唔係可以咧好好咁遵守呢啲區分守則。
You can respect them, you can give your association, you don't have to take their association.
咁我哋咧係要尊敬佢啦，我哋係可以同佢聯，我哋俾我哋嘅聯俾佢，我哋唔使攞佢嘅。
But you do not blaspheme them.
但係我哋1000萬咧係唔可以係褻瀆佢。
Also,
Don't do blasphemy.
hmm?
And don't do blasphemy.
Okay, you don't blaspheme anyone.
咁但係問，咁我哋去褻瀆咩人咧？咁個答案就係話，我哋唔好去褻瀆人咯。
Yeah. As I said, no, blasphemy means Krishna may consider them very saintly also. And if you blaspheme, then he will feel anger towards you.
咁個問題就係話 Krishna 咧就係覺得某人係好神聖嘅，或者咁如果你去冒犯佢咧、褻瀆佢咧 ，Krishna 咧就會即係唔高興。
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Vaishnava Aparad. This is the forgiveness part.
咁我哋跟住落嚟咧就係講原諒嗰一個部分啦，寬恕嘅部分。
Okay. So, what to do when you commit offenses?
咁如果我哋係即係犯咗呢一個冒犯嘅行為咧，我哋點做咧？
That means you know you committed an offense.
即是話咧，你知道自己冒犯咗。
So then it's in your book also, you can look.
咁呢個喺23頁嘅中文。
So generally you must first feel bad that you offended someone.
咁首先咧，你就要感覺得係唔舒服嘅，當你冒犯到人嘅嗰邊。
It's there. Part B. Lesson 7, Vaishnava forgiveness. Look in your book. It should be there.
We don't have those points.
It's in my book. How can it be not in yours? It says forgiveness. Huh? What do you mean? What is not there?
It's there.
Don't worry about that. It's there.
It's there.
I do this
Content is there. These are the
point.
bullet points.
Yeah. So you just follow
呢
whatever.
個係我哋嘅 PowerPoint 嚟嘅，但係就唔係同我哋嘅筆電一樣。
Oh. All right. So first you must feel sorry that you have committed this offense.
咁
Yeah.
首先咧，第一點你就係要真心咧係覺得自己係即係悔過嘅，你做咗呢個冒犯。
It is good that you feel sorry or repentant. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah.
咁首先咧，你如果有呢一種嘅後悔嘅感覺咧，呢個係好好。
It means that you recognize your mistake.
咁呢個顯示咧，你係承認你自己嘅錯處啊。
So when you know you made a mistake, offending a Vaishnava is so serious, it's going to affect your spiritual life.
咁因為咧，我哋冒犯咗外士納雅咧，係一個好嚴重嘅，你可以影響你嘅生活嘅或者靈修嘅生活。
Yeah. So because it's going to affect your spiritual life, you will feel very bad.
因為佢會影響你嘅靈修生活啊嘛，咁所以咧，你一定唔好過。
And so you go towards that devotee, the Vaishnava, and then you fall at their feet and ask for forgiveness.
咁你咧就要咧去見呢位嘅外士納雅，然後咧就伏喺佢隻腳下邊，然後咧係請求佢原諒你。
In general, if you artificially pay obeisance, then the Lord is in your heart. He knows you are sincere or not.
但係如果你只係機械性咁樣咧嚟去頂拜佢咧，主喺你內心㗎，佢知道你係真誠去參。
You can cheat the whole world, but you cannot cheat the super soul.
你可以呃晒全世界人都得，但係你呃唔到超靈。
And so when you ask for forgiveness, you must be very sincere and you fall and you really feel you have made a mistake.
所以如果你真係悔過嘅話咧，你就真係要即係俯伏喺外士納雅嘅足下咧，係請求。
You don't look there. There's nothing. Yeah. So when you ask for forgiveness in that sincere mood, the devotee you are talking can also feel that whether you are sincere or not.
咁當你係好真誠咁樣係請求對方原諒嘅話咧，咁外士納雅一定會感受到你嘅誠懇嘅。
Right? In your own experience in your life, you know when someone asks forgiveness or say something, you'll say this person is not sincere. Or yes, I can feel this person is sincere.
咁其實喺你經驗裏邊咧，你都曾經有啲感覺嘅，你會感受到對方咧，當佢哋係道歉嘅時候咧，佢係咪真誠，抑或只係假嘅
？And of course, in some situation, they are so afraid they will cry and ask for forgiveness.
有啲情況咧就係話佢哋會好害怕，因為冇法嘅動者，咁佢哋咧就會即係哭泣啊、喊啊咁樣。
But in Harinam Chintamani, it says you must cry and ask for forgiveness.
咁但係經典裏邊嘅就係咁講，佢話你一定要哭泣嘅，一定要喊，然後咧係懇求原諒嘅。
But if you're sincerely and if you can't cry, don't feel so bad. But if you're sincerely you ask, the other devotee can feel you're sincere and they may say, okay, I'll forgive you.
咁總之你懷住一個真係真誠悔過嘅心咧，奉獻者係會感受到嘅。就算你唔喊咧，佢都會感受到嘅，佢會原諒佢。
Now, if they don't forgive you, then you have to keep asking for forgiveness.
咁如果佢當下冇即刻原諒你咧，你係要不斷咁樣再三咁樣咧去請求佢。
Or you try to serve them.
或者我哋係嘗試為佢服務咯。
And you do everything in your power to please them.
咁我哋咧盡我哋自己能力範圍之內咧去取悅佢。
Now, if you do all that sincerely and still the Vaishnava don't forgive you, then the aparat goes to them.
咁如果你咧不斷都已經係作出呢啲嘅嘗試啊、努力啊咁樣去乞求佢嘅原諒啊咁樣咧，如果對方仍然都仲係唔原諒你嘅話咧，咁呢一種冒犯咧就轉化咗去對方。
So if you think this person is so bad and you don't forgive them when they are sincerely asking for forgiveness, then that aparat they committed you is Krishna will say because they are asking for forgiveness and you don't accept, now you are the offender.
咁如果你覺得對方係請求你原諒，但係你即係覺得咧佢呢個處境係好差，你唔可以原諒佢。咁你如果係咁嘅情況，對方係好誠懇咁乞求原諒，你都唔接受嘅話咧，最後咧，因為 Krishna 知噶嘛，知道對方係真誠噶嘛，咁呢個咁嘅冒犯咧， 就變咗落咗你身上。
In general, devotees are very kind-hearted, so they will forgive you.
咁一般嚟講咧，奉獻者都係好仁慈嘅，佢哋應該會原諒。
If they don't want to forgive you, then they are kanista or neophyte devotee.
咁如果佢哋咁樣都唔原諒你咧，佢哋只係咧係初階奉獻者。
That means they're very immature devotee. They're holding grudges.
即係佢哋係好唔成熟嘅奉獻者咯，而係會心懷即係怨恨嘅人咯。
If you hold grudges, then you cannot go back to Godhead.
咁如果你成日都心懷怨恨嘅話咧，你就翻嚟到去神神嗰度。
Okay. All right. And the other way that you can help, the second part is how to avoid offending others.
咁第二部分咧，我哋就係話點樣避免去即係冒犯其他人咧。
So first thing is you always try to praise a devotee for their services.
第一樣咧就係我哋時常咧都揾機會咧去稱讚下即係奉獻者作出嘅服務。
You appreciate their service.
我哋係欣賞其他人嘅服務。
Maybe they did a kirtan and you can tell, oh, that was nice kirtan. Thank you for the kirtan.
咁或者對方係領唱過啦，做咗個 kirtan 啦，咁於是咧你就去多謝佢啦，或者讚賞佢啦。
You can think, wow, they can sing so nicely, so I appreciate that. Yeah.
咁你內心可以諗咧，佢哋呢個 kirtan 做得好好喎，我好喜歡佢呢個 kirtan。
Yeah. Or maybe they cooked a nice boga offering for the deities, and when you ate it, you liked it, so you thank them. That's a nice prasad you cooked.
咁或者有啲奉獻者就煮咗一啲好味嘅食物咧，去供奉俾神像啦。咁到你品嚐嘅時候咧，你就感受得係好味道啦，好欣賞啦。咁所以你可以稱讚。
That means you always look for the good qualities in a devotee.
咁即是話我哋咧係要時常咧係喺奉獻者身上咧揾出佢哋嘅好嘅品質。
You don't look for the bad things.
我哋唔好揾錯處咯，唔好揾佢哋唔喺呢度。
You can see both good and bad, but you should highlight the good and not highlight the bad.
咁我哋時常都睇到人哋嘅優點或者缺點嘅，但係咧我哋應該咧係強調人哋嘅優點咧，去唔好理會人哋嘅缺點。
So it's good to practice, praising devotees.
咁我哋要練習啊，不斷練習去讚賞奉獻者。
Okay. So there's a letter to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada wrote. He said, this is actually a devotee's business, that everyone should appreciate the value of other devotees. Nobody should criticize anyone.
咁呢個咧就係Tamal Krishna Dasa 聖巴巴俾 Tamal Krishna Dasa 嘅信。佢話奉獻者嘅本質咧係每人都應該睇到其他奉獻者嘅價值嘅，冇人應該批評其他人。
So don't criticize any devotees.
所以我哋咧唔好批評任何嘅奉獻者。
And then the last one you see in that page is from Hari Bhakti Vilas. Now that you have come to my house today, I have become glorified, and my life has become completely successful. To be able to see a Vaishnava is as rare as the good fortune of seeing Sri Hari. I must have acquired immense piety, huge as the Meru mountain. That is why I got to see a great Vaishnava like you.
喺Hari Bhakti Vilas 咧，亦都有一個人咧，佢話：今日你光臨寒舍咧，我係得到好大嘅榮譽嘅。此生咧係圓滿成就，得見外士南雅咧，就好似咧親見聖 Hari 咁樣咁大嘅好運。我一定係累積咗好似 Meru 山嘅巍功德啊！咁樣咧先有機會咧係拜見你好似你一樣咁偉大嘅外士南雅。
I don't think you will greet a person like this.
你唔會咁樣同一個人即係 交談或者打招呼。
If someone comes to your home, a Vaishnava, you won't say speak like that.
如果一個外事立馬嚟你屋企咧，你唔會咁文縐縐咁講呢啲嘢。
Right? Right? You won't. You just say, oh, hi. But here the point is you should feel very happy a devotee is visiting you. Yeah.
咁其實個重點咧就係話，如果有奉獻者嚟探你，有或就話探你咧，你應該好開心。
I'll be very honest, that feeling does arise, of course, not to that amount, but that we are really very fortunate when devotees come, when we get an opportunity to glorify the Lord, hear the Harikatha in the housey environment, the whole vibration changes. So yes, definitely, we devotees are very, very fortunate when everybody does gather in the temple or in the house becomes like a Vaikuntha atmosphere. It's very beautiful.
You want
You
to
know, it's experience.
say in Cantonese?
What, nonsense of my Cantonese.
咁其實即係有外事攬馬嚟我哋屋企咧，其實就真係嗰個磁場係唔同嘅，即係將我哋個屋企咧變咗好似Vaikuntha嘅地方咁樣。我哋一齊去講Krishna 嘅 Katha 啦，Krishna 嘅故事啦，然後就Kirtan 啦，唱歌啦，咁所以成個氣氛咧係唔同晒。所以我哋真係好好運啦，好好彩咧。如果有外事攬馬嚟我哋屋企嘅時候。
Now you have to practice this because it's not common for people to feel excited by someone who comes to the home.
咁我哋真係要練習呢一個有人嚟我哋屋企，我哋好開心呢個感覺，因為我哋唔係一定有呢個好開心嘅感覺，要練習翻。
Mostly when someone comes, you are hoping when they are going back again.
咁而家嘅年代咧，通常咧，當有人嚟你屋企嘅時候咧，你個心就諗你幾時走啊？
This is the mood in the society nowadays. Yeah.
呢個就係一般而家社會嗰個風氣嘅嗰個心水係咁樣。
In the old days, you could walk from one home to another home and the door is open.
咁喺以前嘅年代咧，你可以隨時去其他人屋企，嗰啲門咧係成日都會打開嘅，以前啲人。
Yeah, but nowadays you knock the door also they don't open.
咁而家咧你敲門啦，and then they knock the door.
They don't open.
嚇？
佢哋喺入邊都唔開
佢哋唔開。咁你敲門啦，裏邊有人都可能開門俾你。
Yeah, so my point is, we are all practicing devotees. So if devotees visit, you try to remember this is good for me if I can host them nicely.
咁所以我哋要練習。如果有外事立馬嚟咧，你係一個好嘅機會咧，你可以接待佢哋。
Because generally a guest is known as Atiti, means they are coming as a representative of Vishnu himself.
咁其實我哋係應該視賓客咧嚟探你嘅人咧係 Vishnu 嘅代表嚟嘅。
Okay, any questions, comments?
咁而家有冇問題？
Okay, then we'll go to the next lesson.
好，咁
Lesson 8. So in Bhagavad Gita 3.21, there's this famous verse, Yad yadachariti shrestha tatta devatara janaha sayad paramam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Whatever action is performed by great men, common men follow in his footsteps. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues.
咁呢個詩節喺《國家梵歌》第3章第21個詩節。無論偉人做什麼咧，常人都會仿效嘅。佢以行動咧係樹立標準，世人咧都會追隨。
Okay, so this is etiquette in public we are talking about now.
咁呢個就係我哋有關喺公共場合嘅禮儀。
In general, because we are representing Srila Prabhupada and we are representing Krishna, so So people are watching how we behave in public also.
咁因為其實我哋係代表緊聖爸爸啦，代表緊 Krishna 啦，咁所以咧每個人啊，即係外邊嘅人咧，都係睇住我哋咧係點樣嘅。
So if people respect us and then they see us in public, and then if we behave in a very bad way, then we will lose respect.
咁啲人咧係喺公眾地方嘅時候咧，佢哋係尊敬我哋，咁佢哋係睇住我哋做行為。咁但係如果我哋即係失儀嘅話咧，佢哋就會對我哋嘅失咗信心。
So when we are walking outside, we wear tilak, we wear kurta, we wear dhoti, sari. We must behave that people feel that these people are so nice people.
咁當我哋出外啦，我哋畫咗支勒啊，着咗 kurta 啊、dhoti 啊咁樣啦，咁我哋嘅行為一定要良好嘅，因為我哋係代表咗一種身份。
So we should behave in such exemplary ways.
所以我哋要咧有一個標準嘅行為方式嚟去試。
Okay, so if you look in your handout, the first thing is always remember that you're representing Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada never compromised the absolute truth. However, he was always the perfect gentleman. This is Krishna consciousness.
咁喺第一點25頁嗰度，我哋要時刻緊記咧，係聖爸爸嘅代表。咁聖爸爸咧，從未喺絕對真理嗰度咧作出妥協，但係佢始終咧都係一個完美嘅紳士。呢、個就係 Krishna 之道。
So therefore, when you speak in public about Krishna or any spiritual topics, you say it in a way that people do not feel disturbed.
咁當我哋喺公眾場合講及有關 Krishna 之國嘅知識啊、哲學嘅時候咧，我哋要用一種方式咧，係令到人咧係唔會感覺受到騷擾嘅。
Even if they don't accept Krishna as a supreme Lord, we do not argue unnecessarily with them.
咁就算對方係唔接受我哋呢啲嘅哲學啊、呢啲概念咧，我哋都唔會同佢爭拗。
We must behave in such a way that they will feel, oh, this person is a very nice person. Although I disagree, they are not getting angry with me.
咁我哋一定要令佢覺得咧，我哋係一啲好和善和藹嘅人啦。就算我唔接受佢哋嘅觀點咧，佢哋都唔會即係憤怒嘅。
Srila Prabhupada was always very kind to people. Even if they say something, he will not compromise Krishna. He will not give up Krishna. But he will make his point very clear.
咁聖爸爸咧，成日永遠咧對外人咧都係好仁慈嘅。但係咧，當講及 Krishna 咧，聖爸爸就永遠都唔會妥協嘅喺哲學上。但係咧，佢就成日咧都係作出一啲好尊敬對方嗰個反應。
Okay. And then the second one is, what is it? Yeah, while dealing with people, we have to sacrifice our false ego. We must train ourselves not to be concerned with the subtle interaction of the three modes of material nature.
咁第二點咧，我哋同人相處嘅時候咧，就必須放下假我啊！我哋要訓練自己咧，唔好俾物質自然三形態嘅精微作用咧所影響。
That means, we shouldn't think that we must always win a discussion.
咁嘅意思咧，即係話我哋唔好諗咧，我成日諗咧，我哋要喺討論之中係要贏對方。
So we have to deal with people the way you want them to deal with you.
我哋同人相處嘅時候咧，就要係用一種態度咧，就係我哋想人哋點樣對待。
That means they must like you because you want them to like them also, right? Or you want to like them and they must want to like you.
咁就係咧，我哋都想人哋中意我哋噶嘛。咁所以首先我哋就要中意人哋先咯。
In general, you must understand the three modes of material nature will affect you. If you get a little bit excited or because they said something, you get angry, the three modes will affect you.
咁我哋要知道咧，呢個物質自然三屬性成日都喺度影響緊我哋嘅。如果我哋咧係覺得好興奮啊或者憤怒嘅時候咧，其實就係呢啲屬性咧就喺度作用。
And we should practice in such a way in our daily activities. We practice that we can think like Srila Prabhupada.
咁我哋要喺日常生活裏邊咧，我哋都要成日訓練自己咧，係要成日咧都要諗住我哋係代表聖巴巴。
How can we be like Prabhupada?
我哋點樣先可以係好似聖巴巴咁樣？
You have to read his books.
咁我哋首先要讀佢嘅書啦，
You have to hear his lectures,
我哋要聽聖巴巴嘅講課啦，
his discussions, his
佢嘅討
conversations.
論啊，佢嘅對話啊。
And then you can understand what Srila Prabhupada's mood is.
咁我哋先至明白到聖巴巴嘅心水，
And then we can also talk like Srila Prabhupada.
然後咧我哋就會學習咧係用好似聖巴巴咁樣去講説話。
Then we can help people understand the spiritual topics easily.
咁我哋就可以令到人哋咧係容易啲明白Krishna 嘅哲學。
Unless you listen to Prabhupada's classes on a daily basis and read his books, you cannot develop this mood.
除非我哋每日係有一個習慣去聽聖巴巴嘅講課啊，或者讀佢嘅書咧，否則我哋係唔會培養到呢一種心水。
Okay, and the next point is we should understand that we are all part and parcel of Krishna.
咁我哋咧每個人都要記住，我哋係Krishna 嘅唔可以分割嘅一個部分。
That means whoever you meet, they are also Krishna's servants.
咁即是話，我哋遇到任何人咧都好咧，佢哋都係 Krishna 嘅僕人。
We should not think we are the only ones who are servant of Krishna.
咁我哋唔好諗，我哋係唯一咧係服務緊 Krishna 嘅人。
I'm now in the Hare Krishna temple. I'm safe. Everyone can go to hell.
咁你覺得啊，我而家咧嚟咗呢個運動啦，我好安全啦，其他啲人咧就會落地獄去。
Yeah, but actually we are all part and parcel. So we were like them. Now we are different.
咁其實我哋都係聖巴Krishna 嘅一個微小部分啊嘛。我哋之前就係好似佢哋咁啦，雖然我哋而家係有即係認識咗呢個哲學。
And then everyone is watching us, including Krishna.
咁我哋要記住咧，每個人咧，包括 Krishna 咧，都係喺度睇緊睇住我哋。
So at the temple, you're very good, very nice, but you go outside, you make a fool of yourself.
咁唔係話你喺廟嘅時候咧，你就行為良好啊，有規有矩嘅，但係你出到去咧，你就亂作為。
Then you go, you run outside, you take out your dhoti, you throw, and then go.
你一出咗去要離開廟咧，你就掉咗你嘅刀條啦，然後咧就添計。
And people will think these people are crazy people.
咁啲人咧就會覺得呢班人咧係瘋狂嘅。
Yeah. So we have to be very careful. Just like when you go out of this temple door, immediately your neighbor is watching.
因為我哋一出呢個廟個門口咧，我哋嘅鄰居啊，嗰啲人咧已經係喺度睇住我哋。
Then you take the lift, and then there are 3 other people looking at who is this crazy person.
你同一架 lift 坐嘅人咧，3人咧，如果你即係胡亂作為咧，嗰啲人就話：哇，呢啲咩人啊？
And you're walking in the street, they're all looking at you, thinking, why are they dressed like this? Yeah.
咁我哋行喺街上面咧，着住啲 sari 啊之類嘅，咁啲人就會望住我哋呢啲咩人？
But if we are always very joyful, we look at people, we smile, and we say, how are you? You know, you have a good day. Then they'll feel these people are so nice.
但係如果我哋喺街上面見到人，我哋就微笑啦，又問候下人你好嘛咁樣啦，咁啲人咧就會覺得啊，呢啲人好友善喎，呢啲人咩人啊？
And if they say these are nice people, or even if they think you are nice people, then they're actually connecting to Krishna.
當對方咧係見到我哋，感覺我哋係好友善啊，好好人啊，佢哋已經幫佢哋咧係將同 Krishna 連接上。
How is that? Because you are a devotee of Krishna. So if they are pleased with the devotee of Krishna, Krishna is pleased with them.
咁點解係會咁咧？因為我哋係 Krishna 嘅奉獻者啊嘛。咁如果佢哋係喜歡 Krishna 嘅奉獻者，咁即是話就將佢哋同 Krishna 連接上。
Therefore, we perform Sankirtan in a way that people like us, you know.
所以我哋出去做 Sankirtan 嘅時候咧，我哋就會用一種方式咧，係讓人哋覺得舒服嘅，中意我哋嘅。
So when you go on Harinam and so on, it should look so nice. People will say, this is very nice. Not anyhow you'll do and run, and then they'll say, these are crazy people.
所以我哋出去 Harinam 嘅時候咧，我哋就會穿着啊，或者係唱嘅時候咧，就會係用一種好優美嘅方式，令到人哋咧覺得啊好，即係睇上嚟係好舒服啊，好接受啊咁，而唔係話好瘋狂啊，好大吵大鬧。
They should say these people are very sweet.
咁佢哋應該俾一個感覺印象佢哋啊，啊呢啲人好甜蜜喎，好甜美喎。
So when you go on Harinam or what, you distribute prasadam, distribute books, give them cards, welcome them to Sunday feast. Yeah.
咁喺 Harinam 咧，我哋就派書俾佢哋啦，派 prasadam 俾佢哋啦，俾一啲嘅單張佢哋啊，邀請佢哋上嚟廟宇啊，食大餐啊。
Okay. And then the next one, be humble and tolerant, just like a tree.
跟住一點咧，就係要好謙卑啦，同埋要好包容啦，好似樹咁樣包容。
Yeah. So, you know, people sometimes will come and shout at us. We shouldn't lose our temper.
咁有時我哋會見到有啲人咧係對我哋大吵大鬧嘅，咁但係咧我哋就要用。
But if they attack us, then we can defend ourselves.
咁但係如果佢哋做到攻擊我哋呢個程度嘅話咧，我哋就要保護自己。
Srila Prabhupada said, if you are humble and tolerant, you can win anyone over.
聖爸爸話：如果我哋係保持謙卑咧，同埋忍耐嘅話咧，我哋係會贏得整個世界。
And then the last one is, you don't eat, discuss or relax in the public places.
另外一點咧就話，我哋唔會喺公眾場所咧係進行飲食啊，或者係高談闊論啊，或者係喺度閒聊。
Right? So, because people see us, they think we don't work or anything. And then if you're sitting out there in the park, sleeping and anything, they think these people are losers.
因為啲人咧已經覺得我哋唔做嘢嘅，咁如果我哋喺公眾場所咧，又喺度瞓低啊、傾偈啊，即係攤喺度啊，咁啲人咧就會覺得呢班人咧即係冇乜作為嘅。
They are thinking, oh, these people want donation and look what they are doing, you know.
咁佢哋嘅心咧就諗呢啲人淨係咧識得去籌款嘅啫，你睇下佢哋而家做緊乜？
And I'm paying taxes and these people are not paying any tax, you know.
我哋咧就喺度納稅嘅，呢啲人咧又唔做嘢又唔交稅嘅。
Okay. Yeah.
Two questions I have. For
One
the-
question first.
So for this point, don't we discuss rasam?
Yeah.
We have some Harinam picnic.
Okay.
So how do you?
咁最後嗰一點講開就係話我哋唔就喺公眾場所度食嘢啊之類啦。咁我哋去 Harinam 啊，有陣時我哋都會去野餐啊咁樣嘅。咁我哋點樣平咁？
Okay. So when you have organized picnic for devotees, then there must be certain criteria behavior that when people see us, we are doing something that is pleasing, they feel pleased with us also.
咁當我哋即係舉辦一啲嘅戶外活動啦，去野餐啊咁樣咧，我哋係有組織噶嘛。咁當我哋嘅表現咧係會讓人覺得咧係好舒服嘅。
I remember many years ago, some devotees, we went to beach. So the devotees all, dhoti, everything, they come to the beach, then of course, they change to their swimming wear and they swim. Yeah.
咁我記得好多年前咧，我哋都搞過一啲去沙灘嘅，去沙灘咧就Harinam。咁跟住咧，咁有啲人就會換咗啲衫啊，咁啊落去游水啊。
So during the whole beach festival or whatever, a few devotees, there were two devotees always arguing with each other.
咁喺嗰次嘅活動咧，有兩個奉獻者咧，成日都喺度爭拗。
So after the swim, everything when they were going back, yeah.
咁游完水之後咧，咁我哋就翻嚟啦。
And so these devotees could not handle each other, and then they actually started fighting in the beach, fist punching each other. Yeah.
咁就呢兩個爭拗嘅奉獻者咧，最後咧就解決唔到佢哋嘅問題啦，就開始真係肉搏啊，打交啊，即係大家你同我講咁樣。
So then that the picture that this public see and the picture they have is that we are just ordinary and we are fighting. Maybe we are worse than ordinary. We are not having work. We are not working and paying taxes and still fighting.
咁所以如果有呢啲情況發生咧，嗰個印象就會感覺好差。我哋唔單止唔做嘢，唔納稅，仲喺度好似常人一樣喺度打鬥。
So when we do public, picnics or what, we shouldn't disturb the consciousness of others who are also in the same place.
所以如果我哋搞一啲戶外活動咧，我哋要警惕咧，就係話我哋唔可以咧影響其他周圍嘅人嘅儀式嘅。
The devotees should have some nice bhajan singing, and then sitting together. Everyone is smiling and happy. Not go there long face and.
所以當我哋戶外活動嘅時候咧，我哋就應該要保持一啲好和善愉悅嘅態度啦。我哋喺度唱歌啊，即係唱靈歌啊咁樣，就喺度即係微笑啊咁樣去即係展示俾即係公眾嘅人士。
You should always ask yourself, if I'm behaving this way, how would Prabhupada feel?
咁我哋應該成日都問自己，我嘅行為咧，聖媽媽會點樣感覺？
Would Srila Prabhupada be proud of us? Will my spiritual master will be proud of me? Yeah.
因為我哋做乜嘢咧，我哋都要問聖媽媽會唔會即係滿意我嘅所作所為咧？或者我嘅靈性導師會唔會滿意我嘅所作所為咧？
Yeah. What's your second question?
Second question regarding the humble and tolerant, especially challenge during Harinam and Kartik month. So one incident I want to share that one time we were doing Harinam.
Okay.
咁咧就係有關謙虛啊同埋包容嘅。咁有一次即係想講，即係我哋有陣時會遇到挑戰。有一次喺卡直嘅月份啦，我哋做 Harinam 啦。
So during the Harinam, one man came and started pushing us.
咁有一次就係呢次啦。咁喺 Harinam 嘅時候咧，咁突然有人咧係走嚟我啊推撞我哋。
So that moment was very
disturbing.
Hitting us. So we brought this to the temple authority and we got guidance for that. But yes, that what do you think about that? How we should talk and how we should handle this?
You already handled it, right?
But that moment we were about to just
Maybe he must.
咁我哋當時咧都好興咧，即係好憤怒啦。咁後來我哋就將呢件事咧就攞翻嚟俾如果反映俾佢哋聽。
In general, we don't have that experience, so therefore you felt fearful. You felt so much doubt. You didn't know what to do.
咁一般嚟講咧，我哋都唔會遇到呢啲情況。所以當我哋遇到呢啲情況嘅時候咧，我哋就會有啲恐懼啦，同埋有啲懷疑，唔知點解點做。
Because it probably is the first time you encountered such things.
咁所以好可能咧，嗰次係你第一次遇到呢啲情況。
But because you tolerated and came back to the management and complained, and so you didn't create a bigger problem for the temple.
咁所以你咧就都當下咧，你都忍受咗啦，容忍咗啦，然後將件事情咧就帶翻嚟，即係管理層去解決啦。 咁所以你就冇將件事搞大咯。
See, nowadays our Harinam is very small party.
其實而家嘅我哋嘅 Harinam 咧，其實就係一個好細規模。
In the old days when we went out, we used to be 100 devotees.
以前嘅 Harinam 咧，一出去咧，每次都有成100個奉獻者嘅。
And then we have devotees who are big and nobody want to touch them.
我哋其中有啲奉獻者咧係好大隻嘅，咁咧所以咧我哋唔敢喐我哋嘅。
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so people think twice before they do anything. But if we are attacked, then you can defend, as I mentioned.
所以以前啲其他啲外人咧，佢哋都諗清楚先去喐我哋嘅。咁但係而家咧，你哋就係要 I miss the second part。
Defend.
係啦，如果佢哋係過激嘅話咧，我哋就保護自己。
You don't have to fight to defend. Yeah. Yeah.
你唔使同佢搏鬥。
But yeah, you
保護
can
自己
also.
可以嘅，如果需要嘅。
I mean, you carry the stick and hold. Ma mantra bhavat.
Black belt.
Yeah.
Mantra.
I mean, if they really attack you, then you can defend. The point is you don't start the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you and make sure someone is recording it. If someone is
Yeah,
disturbing, then you should immediately take your phone and start recording them and say we will give it to the police.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because-
Management told us to record.
Yeah.
next time.
That's what.
So then immediately they want to push. Yeah.
Actually, one Papu did say he was a
It was
policeman.
Kenny
Yeah, and so he walked the gentleman away.
咁首先就係我哋唔可以係嗰個出手人啦，即係我哋唔可以首先出手先啦。咁其次咧就話，如果佢哋係作出呢啲行為嘅時候咧，我哋就會錄音啊，因為佢講咩説話咧，我哋就錄咗音，然後就話俾你聽，我哋會報警咧，然後俾警方啊作一啲證據。
Yes,
Okay. Yes.
I
Ananda.
have one experience in Canada. We go out for Harinam every day in the evening, but mostly, not mostly. Sometimes we attacked by someone.
Yes.
Yes, we attack. And sometimes, not always.
but
It's
often, huh?
Yeah, often.
Yeah,
Yeah,
often.
we will be attacked by someone. But what we do, we just coordinate, let them do it. What they do, they catch the headphone. We are singing.
Oh.
We are singing. We are singing. They take out our phone, and then sometimes they catch they 搶我哋嗰啲
Snatch.
嗰啲搶我哋嗰啲樂器啊，They
Throw.
uh,
Smash.
yes, very
Aggressive.
but they are another 嗰啲係第二組織，即係第二
Yes.
You want to translate first?
Okay. So I have some experience in
Hmm?
Canada.
No. Chong.
咁我去加拿大咧有一啲出去 Harinam 嘅經驗。咁我哋嗰陣時每個黃昏都出去 Harinam 嘅。咁但係啦下午啦。咁但係我哋時不時咧都有人襲擊我哋嘅。咁佢哋都好暴力嘅。佢哋搶我哋啲耳筒啊咁樣咧，然後掟落地啊，或者咧有陣時咧就搶我哋嗰啲樂器，然後又係咁樣咧掟落地嘅咁樣嘅。將佢登頭。
嗰個叫咩？後尾飲咗我
唔俾我哋講唔俾我哋彈，或者
唔知但係問題係佢 hold on to the arm so they cannot push.
So they will stop us from playing the harp.
Yeah.
And then,
put their hands on the harmonium. So,
And now we have one more position in Harina, videographer.
Yeah. You only do it when they are harassing you. Or you can just take the Harinam and put on Facebook. Yeah. So you catch the culprits at the same time.
咁其實我哋Harry Lam 出去，我哋都有錄影嘅。咁所以我哋其實咧可以一石二鳥啦，我哋將呢啲咁嘅片段咧擺埋上去 Facebook。
Okay.
展示俾你。
Any other questions?
有冇其他問題？
Otherwise, we will stop here and tomorrow morning at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
我
Okay.
哋喺度唔止啦。
All right. Thank you.
No, I wrote on inside. No, we send the record. Yes, we don't do it. How is it going now? No, it's the.